Hi everyone. Today we're looking at the calculation to determine the reinforcement quantities for a waffle pod slab. Waffle pod slabs are a series of reinforced beams set out in a grid pattern that provide the structural strength in a concrete slab. We have our site plan showing the existing dwelling and the proposed granny flat with the dimensions of the site there. And here we have the floor plan of the proposed granny flat, which are 5.18 by 8.9. We then have our formulas here, and these formulas are used by companies like One Steel to calculate the reinforcement requirements. Okay, here we have our spreadsheet, which we'll start using now. Our first calculation will be the number of waffle pods, and it says divide the total area by 1.51. So our total area is 8.9 by 5.18, gives us 46.102. Then we divide it by the 1.51 to get the number of waffle pods, and that gives us a number of 30.531. We just take that up to 31. Then we want to find out the number of four-way spaces. So we divide the number of waffle pods by, we multiply the number of waffle pods by 1.4. That gives us 43.4, and we'll take that up to 44. Then to get the number of two-way spaces, we divide the number of four-way spaces, which we had 44, and we divide that by 3, which is in the formula there, gives us 14.6 two-way spaces. We take that up to 15. Then we want to calculate the number of trench mesh chairs, and the formula for that is divide the length of the perimeter beam by 1.2. So we're just going corner to corner. 8.5 plus 5.18 times 2 gives us the perimeter of 28.16. We divide that by our 1.2, gives us 23.46 trench mesh chairs. So that's 24. Then we need to determine the number of bar chairs for the sheet mesh that goes across on the top of the polystyrene, and the number of waffle pods multiplied by 3, and that gives us, we have our waffle pods 31 multiplied by 3 gives us 93, and we've got 93 waffle pods. The next thing we do is the reinforcement. We're going to do the Y bar. We're going to, and they're going to come in 6 meter lengths, and the Y bars are N12s as per the engineer plan. What it says here, multiply the number of waffle pods by 2.3, then divide by 5.5 to calculate the number of Y bars in 6 meter lengths. So if we do that calculation, we've got our pods of 31 times it by 2.3, and we get that answer. Then we divide it by 5.5, gives us 12.96. So we'll have 13 N12 bars at 6 meters. Our next step is the trench mesh. So what it said here, we used the perimeter, which was 28.16. We divide it by 5.5 to calculate the trench mesh or bar required. So what we have 5.12 sheets of trench mesh. We can't get 0.12 of a sheet, so we round it up to 6. Then our next step that we do our sheet mesh, and this is SL82 as per the engineer's plan. And to calculate the sheet mesh, it's the total area divided by 12.5. So our total area is 46.102, and we divide that by 12.5, gives us 3.6 sheets. We can't get 3.6, so we actually round it up to 4 sheets. Now these quantities, for instance the four-way spaces, you probably can't get exactly 44. They could come in packs of 20, they could come in packs of 50, but we'll just settle for the exact quantity for the time being. Now, for this exercise, it's a pretty easy plan to work off. Your job now is to do in a quiz. We have another plan which you've got to take off the quantities in that using exactly the same formulas. All right, good luck.